You're going to use a lot of toilet paper maybe in the next day. Which is good. So if you have any stomach aches right now, it's because this is terrain modifying some things that live in your gut wall. This has got a lot of very high, you know, did anybody not like this? Was there any bad flavor? Because there's a lot of stuff here that really doesn't taste good.
It tastes like a little bit of rum or something.
No alcohol, but there's a little fermentation in there. There's a little fermentation from the beans.
What's in it?
It's got a lot of maca, feeding what? Remember, we're trying to feed the glands. We've got a pound of shilajit in here. A lot. We've got about a half a pound of maca in here. Got about 8 ounces of mucuna, levodopa. Your brain's full of levodopa. When you do 2 lines of cocaine, why do people do that? It's because they get a levodopa. Woohoo! Okay, and then they get a hole in their brain for a week and they go, why did I do that? No levodopa, because the levodopa storage is gone. Almost everybody we know has levodopa depression because we're under stress. And if you haven't seen this movie with stress, wherever it is right here, this is an excellent one for you to really see, because stress is hidden and it's not really seen because it disturbs your electrical profile. And your electrical profile is your whole machine. You're really not a physical body. You ever heard of people that cut their finger off and they still feel they have the finger? You ever heard of Dr. Robert Becker? Do you have his books or anything? Okay. Look him up and buy his book, The Body Electric. You want to learn about growing fingers back, arms back, and legs back, and all you have to do is really do what the machine needs, is give it electricity, and it actually, the cells don't know what to do. It's the electricity, the blueprint that tells the cells to differentiate into whatever it's supposed to. All cells are the same. Remember, your body's a shapeshifter. And once you get this, you'll say, I want to take back my power and shapeshift back into a higher tuned being. So, one of the things I wanted to show you here is this is an example. Who's seen the light bulb trick here? Okay, the light bulb trick is a very, let's see my glass, where did I leave it? I think right there. Al, hand me that glass, please. Does anybody have any regular water that's just like drinking water that you got from the? Well, actually, I want to show out of a little glass. Yeah, just any. Is this water that you bought? Where'd you get it from?
Used a Brita Celtic sea salt.
Okay, but you put sea salt in. Anybody that's got any?
Fill that from the tap?
You can fill this from the tap. This is just regular tap water. But I was going to even show you if you had any of the names of. Here we go. Here's some right here. Remember, this is what you buy. This is Niagara. You'd think that, of course, sounds like it's good water. Okay? Now, let's see how conductive this water really is. Okay? Put a little water in here. Let me just taste it and see what kind of... This has nothing in it. You can tell right away. Now, this is a very dangerous device. You can see this is like putting your fingers in the wall socket. So you can see when I turn this light on, like right here, little light bulb, and if I put this in my mouth right now, my head would light up like this light bulb's supposed to. Now, does anybody want to see if this thing really works? You think I'm going to play? Here, I'm going to show you. Now, we're going to put some of this water in, and your body is made out of 18 gallons of salt water, and when you drink fresh water, what do you think happens to your body? You dilute your electrolyte balance, and in time you will see that your body is nothing more than a set of electrical, photochemical, and magnetic conductivity. That's all it is. It's just conductivity. So if you lose your conductivity, then your creature load is massively increased. When you decrease your conductivity, your creature load is massively increased. When you decrease your conductivity in this level, your creature load massively increases. You increase your conductivity, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Remember, anything in this level has zero conductivity. Zero electrical capacity, zero chi, prana, or what's called life force. So we're going to put this into here. If this has minerals in it and has conductivity, then this light bulb will turn on. And you can see how the light bulb, if anybody can see this, is doing nothing. So that means, you know, if I put my finger in here, do you think that's going to electrocute me since this is in here? Let's say, what's your first name again? Andy's in our jacuzzi. We used all this water here, Niagara, to fill it up. And we want to scare him because I want him to tell me the truth. I need to know about some things that he's not going to tell me about. And we're going to tell him that we're going to electrocute you. But he doesn't see how I put this into another water probe and it's got a little bit of conductivity, and he sees how the light bulb really shines. And he goes, oh wow, if he puts that electricity in there, then he's going to fry like a piece of chicken. So you can see if I put this in the water and nothing happens, he, of course, is let's say, been modified to tell the truth. And I didn't have to, let's explain this a different way. This is very simple. What's going to make, I need some more water here, let's clean this out. What's going to make this light turn on? And you notice I've been letting it sit here for a while. I don't even see not even a bit of light there. There you go. And remember, this has to do with this. So if you want to become more vibrant, more illuminated, and have more energy, that would mean this would be a simple paradox. You're electricity, but you're not conducting. You have a battery that's in your car, and the battery won't hold charge. You've got a charger on it, but it just won't hold a charge. Why? Because the acid battery has become alkaline. Because your car battery, remember, is acid, isn't it? It's made out of battery acid, which is sulfuric acid. And if you put in tap water in the battery, what does it do? It loses its acid level and it won't hold charge. See, our bodies are completely reversed that. We're alkaline water machines. And if you put acid in it, this is what happens. No conductivity. It's opposite of the battery. So our battery in the car is sulfuric acid. If you put tap water, which is alkaline, and it destroys them, that's why you're supposed to put distilled water in. Our bodies are alkaline. They are hydrogen engines, liquidarian hydroxyl ion engines. Hydroxyl ion, OH minus. It thrives on this fuel, hydrogen and oxygen. If you had your hydrogen and oxygen today, it's the most available element on the planet. It's free. So we're going to use now a substance. It's very simple. And this substance is just salt. What kind of salt? This is Himalayan salt. It's a crystal salt. I wouldn't use any other salt unless it's crystal at this time. You're trying to become crystalline. Crystalline is you'll see, is the optimizing way to, we're going to put one drop in here. And let's just see what happens. Now, once you change your conductivity, okay, you can see how, let's see here. I need to make sure. We're good. Now, that was one little drop. Let's see here. I got a lot of water in here. Let's get rid of a lot of that. We don't need that much. Okay, now let's put one little drop in here. Pink. Let's see if we get a little reaction. Maybe my bulb's broken. Ah, there we go. Now, I only put one little drop in, okay? Just because that water was so dead, it took a couple drops. Usually it only takes one drop because it's got a little bit of minerals. But, yeah, this one tells you that it had zero conductivity. Now, we put, what, 2 drops or 3 so far? Okay? And you notice how it's just weak, it's barely lighting up. And if you've got this little bit of electricity, you're sick. You're sick. And let's say you only have this little bit of electricity in your prostate, but the rest has all this better electricity. Your prostate's sick. Remember, every cell has one of these things. It's called a mitochondria. It's a light. Every cell. you have 100 trillion cells of these. You heard yourself, so light being will activate the connection of all the light and see what happens to you. Let's put in another little drippy. One more, beep, okay? Hey, a little brighter. Now we're getting up to, remember it took 2 or 3 drops just to go ahead and actually see if we can get some conductivity. That's how dry, how dead the water is. So do you think if you drink bottled water that it's good for you? You're losing your power by drinking this unless you remineralize the water. You can't drink dead water. RO water is dead. You have to remineralize it. Distilled water is dead. You have to remineralize it. How many people drink distilled or RO water without putting minerals? Okay, everybody sort of feels weird now because they're going, oh, sure.
What are the cathodes made out of? The cathodes?
These right here?
Yeah.
These are just 2 copper little prongs. This is basically all this is. This is like putting this into the light switch here. And all I'm doing is making a conductive element so the wires really are touching together. So when we put this back in again, ha-ha, now let's try another drop and see what happens. I'm just going to put in a drop at a time here. And you'll see, once we get up to concentration, this will just keep getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Okay? And you can see how conductivity is everything. Without, we drink minerals. 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 It's not salt. Salt is a poison. Sodium chloride by itself is 2 minerals, sodium and chloride. That is poison. Distilled water is poison. It's only H2O. It's poison. Where's the minerals? You add minerals to the salt? Well, that's cool. That's sea salt. You want compressed salt, crystal salt. Crystal salt is what's special about the Himalayan. And what I do is make this stuff called Soleil salt. You put in all these crystals in here, and you can see how this water turned to salt, and the salt turned to water, and it's at a maximum 26% solution because the salt will not go into the water anymore, and the water will not go into salt, and we call this the 6th element. Water and salt together under 26% makes massive conductivity. Just waiting for the light bulb to go out. The minerals will last forever. They do not get used. So once your body gets full torque, you don't need to keep putting in a lot of minerals. But everybody in here, most likely, and if you know Glenn Calkins, Glenn will show you, you can take a DC current little meter and you can find out how much power you have. And if you drink 1 glass of water, and we're going to notice this light won't go down. Are the minerals going to wear out in this? No, they're just serving a purpose, connecting a bridge. It's like you 2 guys sitting together, and if you hold hands, and everybody holds hands, that's all this does. It makes all the molecules, and everybody hold hands, so your light bulb, and your light bulb all can actually turn into one big light bulb. And that's how you get healthy. So you can't get healthy unless you get minerals. So if you are on a fat-free and a demineralized diet, and people say, where do I get my minerals from? How about where didn't you get them from? All the foods in the store that are conventional are N, P, K. What are the 3 minerals that they stand for? Phosphorus, yeah. Nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. N, P, K. 3 minerals out of how many minerals in the salt? Let's say about 80 plus. Okay? Why would you think that if you put in 3 minerals in the food, that's going to fill your requirements for conductivity versus the 80 plus minerals that this machine needs, and you'll only use what you need because your body, remember, is smart. It takes what it needs and it throws the rest out that it doesn't.